Hey guys, All in Crypto here, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another YouTube video. I hope everybody is having a fantastic week so far. Today we're going to dive right into Cardano, guys, and we're going to be focusing more on the short-term time frames, and I'm going to be doing something very interesting. You guys know that we follow something called the Elliott wave theory, and ultimately we think that Cardano is about to embark on its fifth and final wave of this theory that is going to take us towards that $7.50 mark, all the way to $10. We've shown you a number of reasons why we think this. Guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to overlay the one wave, the two wave, and the three wave onto today's current where we are, because I believe that we are setting up for an absolute explosion for Cardano. You guys know, and we kept you up to date before we had broken out of this falling wedge. We said falling wedges are typically a reversal structure and ultimately lead to a recovery. They're a reversal kind of pattern. If we take a look at our sort of two wave, this was your one wave going into your two wave. You can see we also broke out of our falling wedge. And one thing you'll notice, and it's typical of what we're doing today and is an important thing to remember, is when you break out, you don't necessarily just kind of, break out and keep going. You have to kind of reclaim ground and kind of claw your way out of the pits, if you will. We know that was certainly true from our two wave, and ultimately, guys, we are setting up in the exact way that we said. We said you were going to adhere to this EMA before then breaking from it and getting overextended like your third wave. So the first thing that I want to do, guys, I want to switch us to a daily time frame. I want to zoom out, and I'm going to show you this right off the bat, and then we're going to talk about the kind of in more of an immediate terms on the 4-hourly chart, because people get very, very worried. Monday's the new Sunday. We seem to sell off on a Monday now at kind of the start of the week, before then continuing on upwards towards the end, and we think it's going to play out in a similar way. So what I want to do straight off the bat, ladies and gentlemen, is I want to show you this. So let's take our one wave all the way up to our three wave. And then what I want to do is I want to lay it over today's current structure, just to show you how similar what we're playing out in right now is to what we've already done. Because you guys know, and I couldn't be more confident in what I'm saying. I'm going to show you a number of confirming factors here. Just remember, I'm not a financial advisor, and this is absolutely not financial advice, guys. But I believe this. I believe this is what's to come. And what I want to do now is I want to take us out of that, and I want to show you that we are, this was obviously our one wave structure into the two wave, one wave structure into your two wave, following it literally perfectly, guys. You come up, you make your kind of local high, and then you continue in a downtrend. You continue to make lower lows and lower highs, like this structure here. This is what we're talking about. And ultimately you break out eventually one day before then starting the recovery, and that is exactly how this fourth wave, which we believe has bottomed out, is playing out. And this is what you're going to do, guys. You're going to come up, you're going to retest, and you're going to climb your way, you're going to claw your way through these resistance levels, flip them as support, and continue on towards the end of this year, when I believe things are going to get parabolic in this bull run. I hope you guys can see that. It even somewhat matches up with, this has got the price well up at $28. We think round about sort of $7.50 to $10 is where you're going to top out. Your third wave in Elliott wave theory is typically your biggest one. Your first wave is typically your smallest, and your fifth wave can be, is usually bigger than your first, but between the kind of first and third, unless it's the commodities market, which is usually the fifth wave, which is bigger. The traditional market's usually the third wave. We are super, super stoked, guys. We have a number of confirming factors of why we think this. Let me just switch to the weekly. We've shown you this. Look at your RSI, guys. You come down to the same place where you finished off your two wave, same place you are at now. And if you look at the stock RSI, you've got that bullish cross. We said all this was coming on this channel. Guys, I am, although I can't advise anybody financially, I am personally taking this bet. And I'm very confident with it. I could be wrong. Let me stress that. There's always that element. You can never really be 100% certain about anything in life. And, there is that possibility that I'm wrong. But ultimately, I don't think so, guys. I do believe this is going to be a very fruitful year. And this dip that we've just currently gone through for Cardano is essentially perhaps presented one of the best buying opportunities this year into the future. has. You know, we've been accumulating, and on this channel coming out and telling you every single day we're accumulating, we're buying, we like this setup. And ultimately, you know, when we look at the crypto space as a whole, at a measly $1.57 trillion, we think there is exponential room for growth here to the double-digit trillions, perhaps into the hundreds of trillions in the future. That's where we think this is going, guys. Now, in regards to the recent price action that we are seeing, let me just point out as well, look at the volume profile. It is just non-existent. It really is just absolutely non-existent. This is the lowest volume I believe you've had for Cardano in a long time, if not the lowest in this period. And that's because you're in the summer doldrums. You've got to remember, people don't want to be trading in this time. They don't want to be looking at charts. They've been locked up for 2 years. They've been let out and told they can have a bit of freedom, right or wrongly. We're not going to get into that debate on this channel, even though I do feel very strongly in one direction. And essentially, they're taking advantage of this. They want to go out and enjoy themselves. They don't want to be in trading and kind of, you know, placing investments. And ultimately, this will end. I think this month, you're going to sort of chop around. You're going to maybe reclaim, but generally trend upwards, even if it's not with any kind of serious magnitude. You're going to claim these resistance levels, and ultimately, you are going to wait. September, I think things are really going to take off. I think smart contracts are going to be released round about then. You know, we're hoping the end of the month into September. Things are looking good, and the price is literally just following Bitcoin. We know that, and we've done plenty of analysis on Bitcoin leading the market and then bigger altcoins kind of following. We knew a sell-off was coming. We told you a sell-off was coming for Bitcoin. We said you don't have this many green candles. It's not the most technical of analysts. You don't have this many green candles without a pullback. That's healthy. You have made a higher high on both Bitcoin. Ethereum did the same thing. It just lags behind. You can see that's true. This on Kraken seems to be a red candle, but on other exchanges, these were all green. Total healthy sell-off. You have made a higher high here. You also made a higher high for Bitcoin. You didn't really make a higher high for Cardano, guys, unless you want to count some of these as highs. We'd like to have seen a bit more, but ultimately it's just lagging behind, and you are going to get what we believe is coming for the rest of the year. You know, we think these are similar. Even your volume profiles, look at how your volume goes on your 2-wave, 4th wave into your 5th. You know, everything is lining up, guys. And the overall market, we think, is recovering. We think Bitcoin is on its recovery sort of phase. Really strong support in this level for Bitcoin and the overall crypto space. It really shows that people are willing to buy at these prices, and that's the floor. You can see you touch this level on a number of occasions, and you've also got a real neckline here. We did cover Peter Brand kind of calling for this as a head and shoulders, and we said you're not going to sell off 90%. That's just nonsense. I'm not dissing the individual. I just think that was probably a shout to get publicity, which, you know, I don't really understand it. He's obviously not a Cardano fan or a holder, or maybe he's looking to be. Maybe he's hoping for a 90% sell-off. So that's really where we're at. We're in the summer doldrums, guys. We think the overall market is recovering. A pullback is absolutely needed, necessary, and part of us climbing out of these things. You're still in these sort of low volume periods. You can see it's not just Cardano across the board, guys. Look at the volume. It's very, very low. And ultimately, you know, we covered Meld. I don't know whether the Meld video is going to be coming out earlier than this one or later. I'll decide a bit later on. But that is just one of the many dApps applications building on top of Cardano. And we're very, very excited for the future. You know, we covered things on World Mobile. And World Mobile actually commented on one of our videos, which we're stoked about. We're very, very excited for what's to come. And ultimately, I think that this is what's to come, guys. You are going to essentially, you know, we took your, I'm not sure what's happened there. Okay, that's disappeared. We can do it again for you for argument's sake. We took the 1 wave up to the 3 wave, and we did this. We overlaid it. And look how perfectly these align. They're not going to look exactly the same, guys. But the kind of trend, the kind of pattern is very similar. You know, as long as they rhyme, we're all fine. You know, and you come up, you make lower lows before then breaking out, adhering to this EMA, before you then start to get overextended again. That is what we believe is to come. We think your EMA is going to do this along with you. The EMA is going to go like that, and the price is going to go like this. Very, very excited, guys. I just couldn't help myself but share this with you. We listened to Charles yesterday and spoke about a number of things like how adoption, he believes we're going to get to 1 billion users. That brings a huge sort of monetary value with it. So we are super stoked. Hope everybody's doing all right out there. I can imagine how fed up everybody is, because this is the kind of chart you've been at these levels for a long time. So I can imagine how fed up you are. Everyone kind of got their hopes up, and then we kind of sold straight back down, really as a result of Bitcoin selling off and the overall crypto market sentiment. Not a reflection of Cardano and its merit. This is and Charles also spoke about running countries. I believe countries will run on Cardano, not something like the United States or the UK, but certainly smaller countries. They're very heavily involved with some of the countries within Africa. I'm glad when I make a video I mention Africa, people stop telling me that Africa isn't a country. I'm very aware of that. I'm aware that it's a continent with countries in it. I think Africa's anyway, that's enough about Africa. But what they're doing over there is truly amazing. And I'm not just from a monetary standpoint, but from a moral standpoint, all for helping to bring equality is not the right word, an extra level of financial security to the people that need it the most. And Africa is definitely a case study and an area, I think the poorest continent in the world, that could do with this technology and the benefits associated with it. And it could actually end up in the future where they have the underlying protocol and financial system that runs their countries is better than the ones in the US and the UK, which largely haven't innovated for years. I mean, the banking sector is about as stagnant as it gets. So that's enough of me rambling on. You guys know I like to ramble. We think that you are going to keep trending upwards. We can't see this. People are worried because they're looking at this and they're going, oh, wow, this just looks like we're going to roll over again. Bitcoin and Ethereum paint a completely different story, and ultimately the market really follows this. Altcoins follow the queen crypto, and the king crypto. So very excited for what's to come, guys. I just thought that was interesting. Go and do it yourself. Get the charts. Come over here on TradingView and click bar pattern and overlay it, and you can see that they're following the same pattern. And this is what we're expecting. We think this bull market is far from done. We really get that from looking at this market cap and how insignificant it is in the grand scheme of things. That is all I have for you in this video, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to love and leave you to your Tuesdays. Tuesdays is a bit of a boring day. Hopefully I'll see you all in the next video. If you enjoyed the content, a like is always appreciated. So is a comment, and I look forward to seeing each and every one of you in the next YouTube video. Thanks a lot for watching, guys.